Hello, welcome back to BA Creative. This week I am making some artist trading cards, otherwise known as ATCs, and I'm going to be using my new Dina Wakley gloss sprays. I've been waiting all week since I got back from vacation to try them out. But I was thinking, you know what? I want to be a little extra. I want a little razzle dazzle, if you will. So I decided to combine them with the paper Artsy Infusions because I'm like, why not? You really only need a liquid to activate the infusions, and I mean, nobody says it has to be water. Who says that? Nobody says that. So I was again like, let's try this out. I started by cutting down some Canson watercolor paper. The watercolor paper was already kind of funky to begin with, size-wise, so I just cut it in half so that I could try out more color combinations. I do a really good job of showing you the colors that I'm going to use for the first two, but y'all know me, don't get used to that. So check the description box below for a list of the full supplies. These first two that I do, I'm going to hit with water, even though I've already used the gloss spray, because I wanted to see exactly how much movement I could get from those impressions. And you can see it's still quite a lot. Because I was using water, I was able to activate those walnut crystals. Now, I'm not an expert in this, and this is literally the second time I've ever done this, but I'm thinking because I'm using the gloss sprays instead of water, as you can see here, I'm not getting a lot of the walnut color. So the thing with the paper Artsy Infusions is if you let the water sit on it a lot, it'll darken and brown up and give it that like vintagey overtone. I wanted to see if I could do that with the water. And as you can see, there's a lot of browns that are starting to pull out. But now when I do this, I'm not going to hit it with the water. I'm only going to hit it with the gloss sprays, and you can see that there are no browns. I'm thinking it's probably because of the nature of the acrylic paint. I actually didn't do anything else to that. I thought it was beautiful the way that it was. The same thing with this last one. I thought the blues looked so pretty together. That's in the navy, and I don't know what that blue color is. Again, check the description box. I also kind of want to take this opportunity to apologize for the unsightliness of my finger condom. I had an unfortunate incident with my paper piercer when I was trying to open said gloss sprays, and I stabbed myself in the hand. I'm going to have to come up with like a really good story because it's definitely going to leave a mark, and I don't want to lose my street cred in my crafting group, so I'm going to have to come up with something good, something believable. Maybe like a group of ninjas that magicked themselves into my craft room and I fended them off. That's believable. I'll go with that. Anyway, I apologize for that unsightliness. I was just trying to keep my hand clean. So I've moved on, and these have all dried. I did have to hit them with the heat gun, which again, I know you're not supposed to do because it's acrylic paint, but I do what I want. It takes forever for these things to dry, and I just didn't have the patience for it. But I am spraying them through a visible image stencil, which is kind of awesome. It's the first one I've gotten by them, and I was really impressed with it. It was super thick. Now I have a Dina Wakley stencil. Please don't ask me the name of it. I think in the description box I listed it as Dina Wakley Stencil Unknown. It is so old, and I could not find the name. Half Circle. We'll just call it Half Circle. I am applying some white gesso through this stencil, and I'm really digging the almost bokeh effect that it gives. If you're not familiar with that term, bokeh is something that's done with white pigment ink when you're card making. It creates almost this exact look, that shadowy whiteness. It's really pretty when it's done correctly. Now I am hitting this little panel with some eggplant through another Dina Wakley stencil that is super old and I can't remember the name of, and I'm really starting to like how these are coming together. I am going to use the same stencils for the green one because I don't feel like digging through anything, and that was already out on my desk. However, I do need some contrasting color in this, so I'm going in with some marine. Love marine with any color green. Oh, I thought it was so pretty. Which totally reminds me, if you guys would be so kind to leave in the comments below some of your favorite color combinations. Also, if you could leave the brand of paint, so if I don't have that particular brand, I can come close to it, because I'm thinking that in the next couple of weeks I'm going to do another gel plate video, and I'm only going to be doing favorite color combos. So I know what mine are, but I would love to hear what some of your absolute favorite color combinations are, or what are some of your go-to combos, things that you just love to see and you know that look good. Maybe list 2 or 3 of the color but you can lift multiple combos, as many as you want. You know what? Just do what you want. It's fine. So I have added a little bit of cheddar because the gilt and the olive that I put through that stencil did not show up. You can see it kind of got muddy. And the cheddar is brightening it up a little bit, but I need to stop. I need to leave it alone because if I keep messing with it, I'm just going to ruin it. So now it's time to finish off these little panels. I am using some Brilliance white pigment ink. It's my favorite white ink. It's the only one that I use. I love it. As you can see though, my little stamp won't stick to anything, so that's okay. I decided I wasn't really crazy about how that was looking anyway, so I'm just going to go with it and switch to stamps. I love how this particular ink always shows up over everything that I do. It never lets me down. It's like that, you know, that high school friend that you had that was secretly in love with you and would do anything for you and was always there ready to meet all of your needs but was forever friend zoned. That is how I feel about this ink. It's just, it never lets me down. It's perfect all the time, but perpetually friend zoned. So now I've switched gears and I'm using some Archival ink in Fossilized Amber because I want a little bit more contrast in this, and I thought yellow would be nice. I was really glad to see that that was a correct choice because at the time of this creation I wasn't exactly sure how well this was going to go together, but I'm digging it. I love it. And I am going to use the exact same stamps with that amazing friend zoned ink on the green panel as well, because like I said earlier, the cheddar and the gilt and the olive, everything got a little muddy, so I need to brighten it back up. I know though that the StazOn yellow, and I'm a StazOn girl, oh, I love StazOn. That's probably why I can't commit to the Brilliance or any other brand, because I've already given my heart to StazOn. I am going to use that because I know that that yellow is going to be the right color to go with this green, and I am stamping over that with some Wendy Vecchi grid stamp. That's what that is. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to do anything else because I don't want to overwork it. So I have my two finished panels that have a whole bunch of stuff on it, and then I grabbed that blue one, though I am going to show you the dried pink one. They're both really pretty, but I really wanted to use the blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut those down into ATC card size, which is 2.5 by 3.5, and that should happen now. Oh, yes, nailed it. Dina Wakley said in one of her daily demos to always remember that stuff that doesn't look really good big can look outstanding small. And that's always why I start my ATCs on a large panel, because I really think once you cut them down to this size, they almost always look good, even if in some places they got a little muddy. It is easy to cover up. So I've picked 3, and what is going to happen now, I did speed this part of the video up quite a bit because it's mostly just collage. I didn't want to create anything new to finish these off, so I was digging through my little scrap pile. You can see that in the bottom left-hand corner, and I'm just looking for pieces of paper, mostly gel plates. So, mostly gel plate prints that I wanted to use up, and little scraps of paper because I am forever hoarding scraps of paper. If you do a lot of gel plate printing, this is a really good way to use those up. Almost all of mine wind up getting used for collage. This pink one, however, really threw me for a loop because although teal and red are my favorite, that's like my favorite color combination, I struggle working over a pink or red background. I wasn't crazy about this one. Oh, sorry about the thunder, you guys. We're getting the remnants of that hurricane that's coming through, so my bad. Can't control the weather, which would be awesome if I could. Oh, okay, caught myself, almost went off on a tangent. So the pink one I really struggle with. However, I really liked how the green one came together. The same with this blue. I wanted to do a monotone effect, you know, blue on blue, but I did want just a little bit of contrast. I found a orangey stamp, and I was super excited. I was finally able to use up that butterfly that I've been sitting on for forever. This was an accident right here. I did not mean to do that, but the gel medium was still wet when I attached the first one, and I couldn't get it up, so I was committed. I just went with it. And it's okay. It's probably my least favorite. Alright, so here are the finished ones that I could do without that, but I don't know, maybe someone will like it. And this one, I think, I love that green with the brown. Oh, it's so pretty. But this blue one is my favorite. I loved how that came out. Alright guys, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Hey, here's some more videos that you might like, and please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you can see more of my content.